This is not how I wanted it to end up. Not good. Well, I'll show you what the problem is. It has been raining like crazy. I've complained about this before. I'm going to complain about it again. It has completely messed up our schedule. Check this out. Well, I don't know how much you can or can't see on these silly little cameras, but this mud here, you'll notice the dry over here, mud over there. My forklift is buried again in it, and I cannot move anything. More problems to deal with than anything. Look at the nice moss or algae growing or whatever the heck it is. And that girl, I promise you, if I try and move that, it is going to sink to its axles. And the problem with that is I have things I need to do. Like that girl right there. I'm going to show you some video of a 2002 Camaro that we're doing a little bit of work on, only because we have some footage over the past couple of weeks that we've worked on this thing. Because before it rained, we had things situated to where we could move stuff in and out, and now I can't move them. Let me give you an example. Look at the problems it's caused. We can't work on the 67 C10. We can't work on the 73 Camaro. We can't get the 55 gasser going. We can't get this 2002 Camaro going. So here's the deal on the 2002 Camaro. We have it all yanked apart. We're going to show you some of that video. We're supposed to be putting this together so we can get it off from the slab so we can start the next project. And you know what? We can't move anything. So I told you before, it's been raining like crazy. It is driving me insane. I know that Arizona needs water. I know we need rain. I know that we're in a drought. I need you guys all to pray for me that it rains like crazy in Arizona, except for right around my house. Just give me a little pocket. Don't get my house anymore. I know, not very realistic. Anyway, we're going to show you a little bit of footage that we've been working on this little girl right here. We have a cool project coming up on that. We'll get back on the 55 as soon as we can get this water drained out of here. So we're actually going to get a pump. We're going to pump some of this stuff out, try and dry it up so we can move the forklift. We got another really cool project coming up. And hey, we appreciate you guys coming and checking us out. Say your prayers for us.
All right, guys. I know this is some old stuff, not working on old stuff, you know. But this guy gets a, I think it's an LT1 model motor, which is actually regressing time-wise. But anyway, here's the aspirations for this car. I have to change the rear end. Going 5-speed on this. Obviously taking the 3.8 out and putting the, I think it's an LT1 small block in it. And also, the idea was a supercharger. What we're worried about here is a hood clearance. And unfortunately, you couldn't just cut a hole in the hood because of where the windshield's at. I don't know if any of you guys ever worked on one of these, but this is a lot like working on like a V8 van. No room, and unfortunately everything is over the top of the motor. This girl might end up having to get like a Paxton, like a centrifugal supercharger, something like that. But this project had started a while back, and another gentleman has actually started taking it apart. Just a heads up on this thing, to get the motor out of this, it's going to be a process. I'm not going to bother with trying to take the engine out complete. I'm going to take the whole front of the motor apart. I'm going to take the intake off. I think once the intake's off, it might come out with the transmission on it. That might be something where we have to separate the transmission too to get it all out. Anyway, we're going to start ripping this girl down, and then so let's see what kind of room we got. Anyway, so hang on, endure with me. So, just start unplugging stuff and something. Alright, oh look at that. It's like lounging at work. There's one bag, well, two big. I don't know anything personally about the history of the car. Note of caution. That right there, that is a fuel line clamp, or clip I guess you could say. It's for the Ford style lines, which is all the late model Chevy stuff uses them. They're pretty simple. This goes on the line, and you hook it on there and then bring it back and then click it. Make sure you have these. If you don't have them, buy them. Buy them. There sure isn't a lot of room. Some sanity. Oh man. Alright. Here's the throttle body. Black Widow. Don't like them. Alright, that can go right there. Oh, really? Oh well. It's out of the way at least. Sorry, sir. Your belt's warranty is void. Alright, what's next? Bummer. I don't know how you're supposed to get that off. It's okay. There's another way. Gotta be another way. I hope you guys were watching. Okay, back in the hole. So now I'm taking the plenum off. The plenum is usually just like a fancy word for an airbox. This is why working on new stuff is so difficult anymore, you know. Quarter turn at a time. Alright, so now let's do the driver's side. Okay. Oh, pretty clever. Alright, so there's your airbox. Okay. Hey, there's more stuff in there to take off. Yay! One more. Oh, cool. I want to show you guys something. Alright, there's the intake. Yeah. This guy right here is actually to counterbalance the vibration in the motor. That's no kidding. A lot of Japanese engines or import stuff like that had what they called a counterbalance shaft, and you actually had the time nut when you did the timing belt or the timing chain or whatever. Kind of weird. So anyway, it's getting there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep tinkering, and I'll show you guys how far I got before the day's end. Well guys, it's getting late, time to stop. Can't really see too well anymore, but we've done good, man. The next is going to be the power steering pump that's coming out. Then after that, it's time to move it, get it up in the air, you know, take the cross member out, stuff like that for the transmission, shifter. Thanks for hanging out today. We got a bunch of stuff done, and we were safe about it. And that's a good thing. Hey guys, back finally. I've been doing a lot of little stuff, this, that, trying to get in some other stuff buttoned up. Anyway, we're back on the Camaro. Obviously, we took the hood off, wiring's off of the motor. She's up on stands now. All the bell housing bolts have been broke loose except for the top two. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Took the manifolds loose, those are ready to go. That side is also off. Steering collar's off. So she's pretty close. Anyway, I'm going to break those two loose and then take one of those and put them in the bottom of the bell housing. That way the motor's still suspended and it's still safe. Anyway, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll wrap it up here pretty soon.
All right, Darian, you didn't think we'd been working on it at all. We have been working on it a bunch. And this thing's a pain in the rear end. I'll tell you what, that whole shelf idea, Chevrolet ought to be shot. Anyway, we have the engine ready to be pulled. We were going to drop the cross member, but man, that almost up a whole new can of worms. So we're going to go ahead and try this and see how it works, and hopefully we don't drop it on top of your core support. Check it out. This was already closed. That's what I wanted there. It seems to be wiggling and jiggling. We're hung up right there.
Oh man, my engine.
Really poor. Here. How are we there? Let's just keep on going with it. All right, let's see what we got. Look at that great big hole. All right, transmission's coming out next. Exhaust is coming out. We're dropping in a T56, which is a 6-speed transmission, and an LT1, so small block Chevrolet, late model, lots of horsepower. And he's gonna go supercharged, but he may be doing a different supercharger than what he thinks because we don't have much room. All right, just another one of our silly projects we're working on. This is for Darian Julander. Darian, make sure you leave 13 comments for us. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by and checking it out. Tommy's been feverishly working away at this. This is was a V6 5-speed, and we're gonna put in a 6-speed manual and a LT1 350. And it's moving along pretty well. We got to get this thing up and gone so we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I couldn't find a dipstick, so I just decided to take the engine out.
Yeah. Sometimes when you change the oil, it's a little bit of a process, you know. Hey, we want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, you know, share the link, tell your friends about us, leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.